And so we are back on some more Elden Ring. And we are going to be beginning the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC with our brand new incantations. So I just want to say, before we get started, I want to say thank you to all of you for allowing this run to be done in the way that it is. If you guys want to add anything to this DLC section of the game, or just in general, drop those down in the comments. You can do things like incantations, you can do things like bosses, rules, whatever it may be. When you give me those ideas, I'm going to add them to a list, and then once we update that list, I will be the first to show you. So I just want to say thank you for all that. I do have to show you the updated list as I've added some stuff to it. Not really all that much stuff, but I also want to refresh people in case they haven't seen it yet. So if you guys do end up liking this video though, drop a like down below. If you want to see some more of this type of content, I upload pretty much every single day, so drop a sub. And with that, it's time to enter Shadow of the Erdtree. Here we have our list of stuff, and so I'll just start from the top and I'll say if I've done it or if I am continuing to do it and all that. So region locked, must defeat all remembrances in the region to move forward. We did that. Incantations and seals are also region locked. We have done that as well. Actively get all of the seals and incants that I can per region for variety. I've pretty much done that. There's some like buff ones and like heals that I can't use and some other shit that frankly I don't think anyone wants to see anyway, so I just didn't bother. But as far as like damaging incantations go, I have every single one as far as I know, so that's pretty cool. In the DLC, get all of the seals and the incants available, and I'm actually going to clarify how I'm going to do that, so we'll come back to that. My Shadow Blessing maxing at 12 basically is going to give me sort of a fighting chance. I don't want to like be level 1 Shadow Blessing because I'll probably run out of mana, but I also don't want to be like super overpowered. I believe it caps at 20, which is like pretty beefy percentage. I think it's like double damage and double damage negation or something at level 20. No thank you, that's a little too easy for me. Whenever Remembrance gives us an incantation, I must use it for the next Remembrance. I followed that so far. Get Bloodflame Talons, I did. We did kill Elimer. That was a boss that I was requested to kill. I went and killed him. I made a whole video out of it, and it annoyed the fuck out of me because, my god, that boss is not fun. This is going to be something we have to go do in the DLC. We must go get Knight's Lightning Spear. So this will be actually something that I'm going to go out of my way to go get, and this is where I was going back to the seals and incantations thing with DLC. I am going to sort of break region lock. I'm going to just have you guys pick what boss I do in the next video, if it isn't multiple bosses in one video. So I'm still going to be following the same sort of like structure of I have to use the Remembrance if it has an incantation in it on the next boss and that sort of stuff. But I'm going to let you guys decide what boss I actually go and do as opposed to region locking it. Also because I want to get all of the, I want to be able to go get all of the DLC incantations anyway, right off rip, so we can actually use them in the actual DLC itself. So at the very least, I have to go get Night Lightning Spear, and I'm going to use that for pretty much the whole time just because it was requested. Also because it's really cool. So I'm going to do that. Use an Inescapable Frenzy to kill Gideon. Did that. Bleed Moog at least once. Did that. Do the DLC before Radabeast. We're about to do that. And the final one is if I'm using Black Flame, I must use something else, or at the very least 3 other incantations before I can use Black Flame again. It was just way too good. If you go back to my video where I was going through my favorite area, which is Lanedell, I ran through that shit, and I think I even first tried Morgott with Black Flame. It was a little boring, so I've since switched my entire approach. We are basically only Dragon Cult incantationing at the moment, so it's really fun, but yeah, Black Flame was just way too good. So if you guys do want to add anything to this, by the way, drop those down in the comments. Like I said in the intro itself, I'll add it here and you'll be the first to see. So you can include any rules, incantations, or bosses, or anything else, base game or in the DLC. And I will go do that for at least a subsection of the video. If it takes me long enough, it'll be the whole video. So I'm going to go set up for this. I'm going to go get Knight's Lightning Spear. I'm going to go get as many of these incantations that I can. And after that, I'm going to set up for Dancing Lion, and then you'll be here to see all of that. So I haven't prepped anything yet, but I did want to just show this little like scene off of like being in this really tight space into this. Look at that, man. My god, this game is so fucking good. FromSoft does things that I love when it comes to like setting the tone. They do it in Dark Souls 3 when you're in Lothric Castle for the first time. You start in that tiny ass room, you open the door, and then bam, the whole castle is just there. It's awesome. They do it multiple times in this game too. They do it in Liurnia when you come out of Godric's area as well. You go through like his sort of throne area, and then you come out of it through a hallway that's really small and into the big open Liurnia. It's so good. And then they do it here again with this cave. It's just incredible, and I love it to pieces, man. FromSoft does shit that I love. This is one of them. All right, so I have done quite a bit, and honestly, we didn't really get that much done in the grand scheme of things, but it was enough. So I was requested to use Knight's Lightning Spear. I'm going to use this anyway, but now we have it. So there you go. We have Knight's Lightning Spear, so we'll definitely be using this. This thing is insane, by the way. If you've never seen it, this is what it looks like. Does that, and then if you charge it, you get more of the extra bolts and stuff. It's actually really cool. Outside of that, I didn't really do that much. I know I have a lot of the map open, and I have like a bunch of bonfires and stuff. All right, there we go. I went ahead and just really quickly grabbed the map to like better show it. I haven't been up in the actual like ruins of Ra or anything like that, but you have to go from the ancient ruin base, I believe, to the temple ruin north, or like the temple town ruin thing, and then you go up to the ravine north, which then leads you into the Scorpion River catacomb. It really isn't that much, to be honest with you. There's nothing else that I could have gotten. And then to get up into the Altus, you have to go over here near Ensis. You'll do a spirit spring jump up, you get up to the Fort of Reprimand, and then that's about it. So I haven't really done that much outside of just basically getting into the Altus and sort of expanding myself. But other than that, we're done doing setup. I have what I was requested to use. I was probably going to get it anyway, but I got what I was requested to use. I have done one other thing so that we can go and get some extra incantations. I got Tholier's concoction so that I can give it to the Dragon Priestess. This will keep her around, pretty much. That's how you do that. And then we'll get an incantation for it. So that'll be pretty good. That'll be after we defeat Baal. I don't really have a bunch of Shadow Tree Blessing, but I'm still going to use just a little bit to get up to, I believe, 3. Actually, we can go all the way up to 4. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to stay at 4 until Mesmer, and then I'm going to go to 8 after Mesmer, and then I'm going to go to 12 after Romana. That's kind of the way that I want to do it. I think that would be fine. I don't think the scaling is going to get too out of hand, and I don't want to upgrade my Shadow Tree Blessing too much. You know what I mean? Also, I need an opinion, I suppose. I have a new mic location, so my mic is no longer sitting off to the side a little bit. It's now pretty much like directly in front of my face. So if this doesn't sound better and you want me to move it back to where it was, I happily will. I just moved it for the sake of moving it into a slightly bit of a better position for myself. But if it sounds worse, or people prefer the other way, I'll just put it back to where it was. I don't really care. Sort of like debating with myself on like what I would do for my next playthrough of the game. I think I'm gonna get the what is it called, like the cheat engine thing or whatever that is, and I'm gonna give myself like a weapon at the very beginning of the game and then enough stats to wield it, and I'll run through the game with it just because I kind of want to do that, to be honest. I haven't done just a straight like great katana playthrough ever, I don't think. I've gotten them from the DLC and I've used them in the DLC, but I've never done like a full playthrough with it, base game included, so I think that would be pretty fun. I don't believe there's anything new on Code Vein 2 either, which kind of sucks, but again, we're literally like 2-ish weeks from that game coming out, so I'm not expecting any more news about Code Vein 2 or anything like that. I might react to that new video they posted, though. I don't remember if I ever mentioned it. I think it was like a walkthrough or something like that of like the bare bones stuff. I think they showed like a couple bosses in it too. It looked really cool. I might react to that though. See, it's nice having played through the DLC recently. I think my other playthrough was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And it's nice being able to just remember where to go, you know? It's not complicated. I'm not picking up random items that I probably don't need. Good lord, man, those enemies are fucking tuned out the ass. Like, you have no reason to be doing an 8-hit combo as a basic enemy. That is absurd. You have no reason to stay aggro. Buddy, I'll hit a quit out. Like, get the fuck away from me. All right, there we go. I think unironically it took me less time to run up to this boss door than it did to do everything else. I'm probably gonna die right here though. Again, you are a basic enemy, by the way. I just wanna reiterate that. That is a basic enemy that is just doing that. It's like Morgott, but infinitely worse. And Morgott was already bad. I don't believe I ended up recording the last time I did this fight on my sorcerer. I forgot to clip it, to be honest with you. It took me 4 or 5 tries. It really wasn't anything that bad. Oh, 1,000 damage. That's a brick. All right, we could just space this. I don't even need to do the jumps and stuff. We could just do this, and then we get this ready. Ooh, look at that damage. Probably should use this now, huh? Whoa. Oh, we missed. Might be a bleed? Oh, we did get the bleed. Ah, he got me. Yeah, I'll be the first one to mention it. I'm not a big fan of this fight, to be honest with you. I really am not. It's not a bad fight, but it's definitely not one of the better ones of the, actually just the entire game. It's really not. I don't know. It's not that bad, though. That damage is crazy, by the way. Holy. That's not irritating. That's so not irritating. I love when Lightning Spear just misses. Whatever. There you go. Got him to the D. So this is going to be very free. That was literally my second attempt. I've been recording for probably 10 minutes. I'm literally just going to wait out this phase because of how annoying it is. All of the, like, lightning that he drops onto the map and shit when he attacks is not worth me dealing with. I don't give a fuck. I don't know if I hit him earlier with it. I definitely did that time, though. Holy. You're dead. Sit down. All those forms for what? You don't got it like that. Sit down. No one logs into this game every day and is like, yup, I love that fight. It's my favorite one. No one's ever said that. So sit down. Just sit down. It's as easy as that. We're already one boss done. All right, so there we go. That is our remembrance of the dancing lion, and we have one more thing to go do before we end the video. Like I said, that fight is not hard. That doesn't take me very long. I think that was... How long have I been recording for? Including running up to the boss arena, 20 minutes. It's so really not that long, but let's see if he has an incantation, which he doesn't. Okay, cool. So we can actually just keep this. So we'll keep the ones that don't have an incantation in them, and then the ones that we do, obviously, will have the incantation to show that we used it. So we ended up using Blood Boon there. I believe I got the bleed proc. At the very least, I hit him with it. So we are done using Blood Boon for now. I might whip it out again later on, but at the very least, we can go back to our Dragon Cult stuff, which I might go get Golden Vow at some point to increase my damage, but that'll be a thing I do in my own time. And there we go. We are done with the first boss of the Elden Ring DLC. We did not get an incantation from it, so the next boss we do, whichever you guys want to pick, will be done with whatever I want to use. Pretty much is how I'm going to do that. So if you guys have anything else you want to add, rules, incantations, or bosses, or anything else, drop those down in the comments and I'll add them to the list that you guys saw at the very beginning of the video. And when I do end up updating that list, you will be the first to see. So drop those down in the comments. If you guys did end up liking this video though, drop a like down below. If you want to see some more of this type of content, I upload pretty much every single day. So drop a sub. Reminder, all of you are going to be picking the next boss I go do. So if you guys have any boss recommendations, or at the very least like the next big remembrance boss you want me to go kill, drop that down in the comment. I think I'm going to stick with what I said though with the Shadow Tree blessing stuff. I'm going to stay at 4 until we kill Mesmer, and then I'll go to 8, and I'll stay at 8 until I kill Romana, and then I'll go to 12 when we actually fight Radahn. So that'll be the way that I do that, so we can kind of balance that around the blessing level, so I'm not too high up there and I'm not too low, you know what I mean? So anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all later.